And something that makes a lot of sense, makes total sense now, but I never really just considered it, is that everybody reads the same book differently. So all of you in here that have read this book, you read the exact same words, and except for some typos in the earlier editions. But other than that, the story's the same. But you read them differently. You know, you saw the characters differently. You saw their situations and how they handle their situations differently. And that's entirely based on you. And it's based on what you've experienced, what you've seen your friends experience, maybe your own prejudices. And so I'm going to share 4 emails I got early on that opened my eyes to that fact, that people are going to read this same book differently and get different things out of it. Hannah seemed so familiar and knowable. It was so odd to read a book where the suicidal character doesn't have a tremendously terrible background, but is just an average, relatively popular girl whose world seems to be crumbling because of simple decisions kids make every day. It just, wow, I can't really describe it. It was great. It just makes me want to be wonderful to everyone. And that's my favorite, one of my favorite emails I've ever received, where it says, it just makes me want to be wonderful to everyone. Because it really highlights exactly what I was trying to say in the book. If you can sum up what I was trying to say in one idea, it's the idea that we don't know what goes on in anybody's life but our own. So when we treat people a certain way, whether we treat them good or bad, we have no way of knowing exactly how they're going to take it. There's just no way to know that. And somebody got it. I didn't know at this point if my book was going to be successful commercially or not, but when somebody says, I got what you were trying to say as an author, that's success right there. Your book made me pick up the phone and call a girl who I knew for a fact was well on her way to meet your character Hannah's fate and made her talk everything out with me. I skipped dinner and talked to her 4 hours, and I wouldn't let it go until she told me everything. So thank you for putting down a story that involves something that happens all the time, people not helping each other and letting things slide. Thank you for giving me the drive to help someone else. So this girl had actually attempted suicide not too long before she wrote this. And she was getting better, she was getting help. But when she later read the book, she recognized in Hannah's character a girl at her school, and she actually wasn't that close friends with her. But she realized through her own experience the power of having somebody there that knows what's going on, and just being there, just being a listening ear for somebody. So she said she stayed on the phone for 4 hours because she knew how important it was to have somebody understand and have somebody listen. And that's been one of the greatest things that's been the result of this book. People tell me it encourages them to reach out to people that otherwise they may be a little too afraid because they're not the best friend of that person. So this next one, I will warn you, if you have sensitive eyes, that there's a swear word in here. But I put an asterisk over the vowel for your comfort. Yes, your book was amazing, and I bet you get that a lot. From reading this book, I have changed a lot. I used to be someone that would be very mean and would be a duck to people. Since your book, I've become listening to people and being more courteous. I know you've probably already thought about this, but I think you should make a movie out of this book. So this, I have to tell you ahead of time, this came through MySpace, which tells you